So we just launched Prep Insta Prime subscription, which is like 150 plus courses under one subscription. So it has courses like C, C++, Java, Python, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, data structures, competitive coding, even company specific courses like TCS, NQT, Infosys, TCS Digital, Amazon, etc. The link is in the description of the video. Go check that out. I'm sure that you'll love that.
Hello everyone, for today's video we are going to discuss about DXC verbal ability questions and answers. And why do we do that? Because DXC is starting to hire and we want you to get prepared for all of the sections in your placement exam, and that is why we are going to discuss the verbal ability section today, right? So for the DXC verbal ability questions, the section is not very difficult, neither very easy. You are going to get topics or questions based on a wide variety of topics such as reading comprehension, error identification, sentence improvement, fill in the blanks, basic grammar, etc. So we are going to discuss all of the questions and answers in this video. So yeah, let's move ahead with the questions. Alright, so top 3 commenters on this video are going to get free access to Prep Insta Prime. Isn't that a great thing? Yes. So start commenting. You can comment anything about your questions, your queries, anything that you want to get solved by Prep Insta or your experience with Prep Insta, and we would be glad to help you out with it. Alright, so yes, start commenting. Another quick reminder, if you're not following us on our social media handles, make sure that you are connected with us on Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, LinkedIn, Telegram, and on YouTube as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we are posting a new video, which is very often because the drive season is on and we don't want you to miss out any of the opportunities to get placed. So yeah, make sure that you are connected with us because we keep posting you about the latest drives and the updates for all of the companies. Alright, let's move ahead with the questions now. So the first question over here is talking about fill in the blank with a suitable preposition. The teacher concluded the lesson dash, stressing on the importance of revising before examination. Alright, so what are we doing over here? We're talking about the teacher or the subject concluding the lesson. That means ending the session or ending a particular lesson, dash, stressing on the importance of revising before examination. So before the teacher ended the lesson, she stressed on the importance of revising before examination, right? So this is another verb over here or another action. All right. Now, whenever one action that is concluding the session is followed by another action that is stressing on a particular topic, we always use the preposition by, right? By stressing. That means the another action is being done in order to, give the importance of something, provide you an importance or a value of another thing. All right, or another subject. So over here, the first verb that is concluding the session is followed by another verb that is stressing on the importance, right? So these two verbs are going to be connected with the preposition by. So our answer over here becomes by, not with, on, or to. With stressing on the importance means that concluding with stressing. So like the two are connected, but here the two are not connected. The two are different verbs that are being separated. All right, so we are not connecting them but separating them with the use of by. All right, so answer over here is by. All right, let's move to the next question. Identify the speech of the sentence given below and convert it into direct or indirect speech accordingly. So we have either a direct or an indirect speech given over here and we have to convert it accordingly. So let's see the sentence. Karan said, I feel I have succeeded to make my parents proud of my achievements today. Alright, so as we can see that there are inverted quotations and comma and everything. So this is a direct speech over here, isn't it? Alright, so let's look at these options now. Karan said that he felt he succeeds to make my parents proud of my achievements that day. Now here, the errors are ample. What is the first error? He succeeds, alright, because the verb or the part of the reported speech in the question itself is in past tense. We cannot use a present tense form over here. Secondly, it is using my parents. Again, my achievements, which we cannot use over here. We have to use a second person, his, or a third person. We cannot use the first person over here. Alright, moving next, Karan said that he feels he have succeeded. Again, since the reported verb over here is in the past tense, we cannot use present tense over here. So again, incorrect. Karan said that he felt he had succeeded to make his parents proud of his achievements that day. Now, this sentence has all the correct rules of grammar. The first thing is, Karan said that he had succeeded. Since the reported speech is in past tense, we have to use over here past perfect tense. Alright, since have succeeded means present perfect, and when it is converted in an indirect speech, it converts to past perfect. Alright, so present perfect converts to past perfect. To make his parents proud of his achievements that day. Another very important rule of converting direct and indirect speech is that the verb or the time period today changes to that day. All right, let's look at the next option. Karan says that he feels he has succeeded. Again, he feels. All right, again, present tense, we cannot use that. So our answer becomes option C, that is, Karan said he felt he had succeeded to make his parents proud of his achievements that day. All right, so that becomes the correct answer. All right, let's look at another question. Select an appropriate option to complete the sentence. I seldom believe bad things dash to good people. All right, so here the speaker is saying that I seldom believe. What is seldom? Seldom means very few times. Seldom means not often, not regularly, very few times. I seldom believe bad things dash to good people. Now this over here is a fact or a statement, right? This is a fact or a statement. So this is going to take a definite present tense and it's going to take a simple present tense form. All right, that is sorted. The next rule over here is subject verb agreement. Now, bad things. The subject over here is bad things, and since bad things is plural, we need a plural verb over here. And what is a plural verb? Happen. All right, happens is a singular verb, right? We know that happens with a s is a singular verb. Any verb with an s is a singular verb, and any verb without an s is a plural verb. So here, since the subject or the bad things over here is plural, we are going to take a plural a plural verb over here, which is happen. We will not take was happening or were happen, because since it's a fact, since it's a statement, we are going to use simple present tense form. All right, so option A over here becomes the correct answer. I hope you are like trying to solve the questions along with me. If not, please do that. What you can do is, once I'm presenting you the question, you can pause the video, try to solve it on your own. Take 10 to 20 seconds for each of the questions. Take that time, try to solve it, and then look at the explanation and see if you have the correct answer, if you have the correct methodology or not. All right, so that is how you prepare with us. All right, let's move to the next question. A part of the sentence given below is underlined. There are given alternatives to the underlined part which may improve the sentence. Choose the correct alternative. In case no improvement is needed, option D is the answer, that is no improvement. So let's look at the question. I learned the choreography and I practiced it and I recorded it. All right, so we have the sentence as I learned the choreography and I practiced it and I recorded it. I think it is very clear what the error over here is. It is using the same pronoun again and again and again. Since the word or since the actions of learning, practicing, and recording is done by the same person. And who is the same person? I, right? Since it is done by the same person, you don't have to repeat this pronoun again and again. This subclause does not need another pronoun, and it is very much understandable by the main clause itself. All right, so I learned the choreography and practiced it and recorded it. Since I am talking about myself, I am going to address all of the actions, all of the verbs in same simple sentence without using the pronoun again and again. All right, so I learned the choreography and practiced it and recorded it. If it would have been another person over here, we could have used a pronoun or a noun over here, but since it is not, we are going to use only once, pronoun only once, and then we are going to omit in the subclause of the section. So practiced it and recorded it, that is option B over here, becomes the correct answer. I practiced and recorded it is incorrect. Practiced it and recorded it is again incorrect. And no improvement obviously is incorrect because we do need improvement. Alright, so option B over here becomes the correct answer. Alright, let's move forward. Pick the sentence that is grammatically correct. The painter asked the man with a brush in his hand to pull down the shutter. And then you have B, C, and D. Now, since we have discussed about getting a free access to Prep Insta Prime at the beginning of the video, I hope you know it. We are going to quickly show you what Prep Insta Prime is. So let's get there. Alright, so this is Prep Insta Prime for you. We are on the home page of Prep Insta Prime. You can see that a cool video is going on. Once you come down, you have the section where we provide you certifications for the courses that you complete on Prep Insta. And then we have the sections from where you start off with the courses. The first section is popular skills. If you want to enhance your skills, if you want to increase your probability of getting chosen by seeing the resume itself, you can learn new skills over here. So you can start off with AI, ML, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, etc., etc., etc. We have a lot of etc's in this video. All right. Moving towards popular languages, if you want to improve your language or if you want to learn a particular language, you can do it from this section. It is all yours. And then we have the popular coding section, which helps you to enhance or begin with your coding journey from the basics of coding to the intermediate, advanced, along with DSAs, which is very, very important to get hired in any tech company, right? So DSAs are over here in all of the language possible. And then you also have competitive coding, advanced coding, intermediate as well. All right, so this is our entire coding section to prepare you for the coding area. All right, moving forward, you have the aptitude section, which we're talking about. We're talking about verbal ability, quantitative aptitude, visual reasoning, logical reasoning, etc., etc. So yes, you can practice the entire aptitude section from this one carousel itself. All right. Moving down, we also have the company-wise preparation. If you want to prepare for any particular company, you can do it from here. Service-based or product-based is again bifurcated for your convenience. So you can pick out any of the companies that you want, you have a lot of interest in. Moving forward, you also have the interview preparation, platform, project, CS subject, coding brush-ups, and interview experiences as well. So we have got you covered from the beginning of the selection journey till the end of it. All right. So Prep Insta Prime is that for you, and if you get a free access of Prep Insta Prime, it's going to be a cherry on the cake. All right. So this is Prep Insta Prime for you. We are going to definitely discuss about it a little later, but till then, let's get back to our questions. All right. So I hope you have completed solving the question. Let's look into the options now. The painter asked the man with the brush in his hand to pull down the shutter. With the brush in his hand, the painter asked the man to pull down the shutter. All right. So let's talk about the characters over here. The first character is a painter. All right. And what is his description? That he has a brush in his hand. The third character is the man. And the fourth is the shutter. All right, so we have listed out all the characters that we need to arrange in a particular sentence. Now, first two characters are joined at the painter with a brush, and then man and shutter. So we have two pairs, painter and brush, man and shutter. Now, painter is described with a brush in his hand, and the man is described by pushing down the shutter or pulling down the shutter. All right. In the first sentence, the painter asks the man with the brush in his hand. Here, what are we doing? We are describing the man who has a brush in his hand. So, we have incorrectly replaced the adjective. All right. And what is it? Man with a brush in his hand. The man does not have a brush in his hand. The painter has a brush in his hand. So, this is incorrect placement. With a brush in his hand, the painter asks the man to pull down the shutter. Now, this sentence has proper placement. With a brush in his hand, the painter asks. That means the painter has a brush in his hand, and while having the brush, he is asking the man to pull down the shutter. The third sentence, the painter asked with a brush in his hand the man to pull down the shutter. Now, over here, the verb is misplaced. Why? The painter asked with a brush in his hand is fine. The man to pull down the shutter. Over here, we are missing a connection. We are missing a preposition, a conjunction over here, which is going to connect the two clauses together. So this is an incomplete sentence. The painter asked the man to pull down the shutter with a brush in his hand. Now, the painter asked the man to pull down the shutter with a brush in his hand. Again, over here, we are addressing the man who has a brush in his hand and not the painter. Because any adjective, it is going to describe the subject towards the end, the second subject over here, right? Wherever it is placed, it describes the same subject. So since the brush in his hand is again described towards the second subject, that is the man, we are going to associate the brush with the man and not the painter. All right, I hope you can understand the placement of the sentences. So again, this is incorrect, so we are going to go with option B over here. With a brush in his hand, the painter asked the man to pull down the shutter. All right, so option B over here becomes a correct answer. I hope you're getting it right. I hope you are learning and understanding the rules. If you are not, then please let us know in the comment section, or you can connect with us on our social media platforms so that you understand and you get all your queries solved by the mentors themselves. All right, let's move to the next question now. Pick an alternate sentence that is grammatically correct to fix the sentence given below. Why did you not broke the emergency window? When did you not broken the emergency video? Why did you not break the emergency video? How could you not broke the emergency video? Or where did you not break the emergency window? I'm sorry, it's a window. All right. So over here, the first thing is, why did you not broke the emergency video? What do you think is the grammar error? Answer yourself first and then look at the explanation, because this is an error that a lot of people make, and that is using past tense with did. So whenever we are using did in a sentence, it is always followed by V1 or the base form of verb. Please put this rule inside your head that whenever you are using did in a sentence, it is always followed by a V1 form of verb. I did not know. So why did you not break the emergency video? That is the first error. All right. So we are not going to change the action video over here, action verb over here. That is why, because we are going to ask a question. We are asking a question that why did you not break it? So we're not going to use when, how, or where, but we are going to use why. And since the sentence is properly structured in option B that says, why did you not break the emergency video? This is going to be the correct answer. Now, the sentence or the question over here is very easy. We solved it within 10 seconds, I hope, but the rule is difficult. All right, a lot of students, a lot of people don't understand this particular rule and they try to skip over this. All right, they try to miss this rule frequently, and that is why you take a lot of time in solving this question. The error over here is whenever we are using did in a sentence, it is always followed by a V1 form of verb and not a past tense form of verb. Please get this straight. All right, I hope that is clear. It is inside your head now. Let's move to the next question. All right, arrange the sentences in a logical order to make a meaningful passage. A, themselves, there are public health and safety in North America, in addition to significant stray or unowned free roaming animals, and in health and welfare problems of the animals. Now I can keep on reading the sentences, but I don't want to do that. So you are going to pause the video over here, answer the question, and then come back for the explanation. So we start the explanation from here. All right. So over here, what do we need to pick out first? We need to pick out the central theme or the subject of the passage as sentence 1, all right, as the first or the opening sentence. Now, if you read all of the sentences, you can see that there is one sentence that has the subject stated in the beginning, and that is sentence C, that has stated stray or unowned free roaming animals. So these animals are the subject of the passage, that is stray or unowned free roaming animals. All right, so we have C over here. Next, and in dash, and in what, and in themselves, and obviously you cannot use in and in together. in health and welfare problems. You cannot address the problems before addressing the subject clearly. All right. So, and in particular, cats. So, we are talking about cats now. It's not just stray or unknown animals, but in particular, cats continue to be a societal challenge. What challenge are they? Continue to be societal challenge. So, we have E next. Societal challenge where? The question is where, and the answer is in North America. In addition to significant what? So we have B, in addition to significant health and welfare problems of the animals. So we have D. Themselves, there are public health and safety concerns with free roaming animals. All right, so we have C, E, B, D, A, F. That is option C over here. So we started off by identifying the subject of the sentence, that is stray or unowned animals. Then we look towards specifying the subject, that is particular cats, where we are stating the location, that is in North America. Now that is one part of the passage. The second part starts off with the concept or with the problem. And what is the problem? That there's significant health and welfare problems that which are animals themselves. There are public health concerns as well. All right, so that is the entire structure, that is the entire passage, and we have C, E, B, D, A, F as the proper logical sequence, and we have option C over here as the correct answer. So you pick the opening sentence, complete the subject, pick the linking sentence, the noun, and then form the entire passage. And then we also have the cause and effect over here. The cause is animals and the effect is public welfare and health. All right, so that is the answer over here. Let's move to the next question. Another quick reminder, if you're not following us or if you're not connected with us on our social media handles, make sure you're connected with us on Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, Telegram. Also, you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, because if you want to go through or prepare for your companies with proper videos and with live videos, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel and link the notification bell as well. Why do we ask you to connect with us on social media handles? Because we connect with you on personal levels over there. We provide you proper mentorship, proper guidance, and also a lot of opportunities to get placed in your dream companies. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you're connected with us on everywhere possible. All right, let's move to the questions now. Select an appropriate option to complete the sentence. Many coastal areas around the world could also face severe dash due to rising sea levels. All right, so over here we're talking about many coastal areas around the world. So what do you understand by coastal areas? The areas that are near the coast, that is near the sea coast. For example, if this is the sea, then this is the sea coast, and the places over here are known as the coastal regions. Now, could also face severe dash due to rising sea levels. Now, if the sea level is rising, what will you face? What will happen? These boundaries will be collapsing and the water is going to rise over the level and enter into these places. And what will happen then? The sea is going to flood the coastal areas. Now, drought. What do you understand by drought? It means dryness. Places where there is no rainfall, places where there is no water. Obviously, because we're around the coastal regions, we do have water, so it's not drought. It's not landslides, because the land is not going to slide over here because the land is plain. Landslides happen in the hilly region. So again, no landslides and no erosion. And what is erosion? Soil erosion. When the soil is moved away with the help of or due to heavy pressure of water. But over here, the water is not taking away the soil but entering into the coastal regions. So it is flooding the coastal regions, and option C over here, or the term flooding, becomes a correct answer. Let's read the sentence completely. Many coastal areas around the world could also face severe flooding due to rising sea levels. Alright, so option C here becomes the correct answer. Let's move forward with the next question. All right, fill in the blank with suitable articles. Now, before we move towards the articles, let me take you back to Prep Insta Prime as promised, and we are going to look towards how you can prepare for DXC in particular and the verbal ability section on Prep Insta Prime and with us. All right. So once you are on the company section, All right, you know that we have the company section over here, and once you are in this section, you go towards the service based company, scroll through the carousel, and then you can see the DXC icon over here. Once you go inside this course, you land onto the DXC particular course. Over here, the entire course is structured according to the sections that are asked in the DXC examination. And over from here, you can practice for aptitude, you can practice for logical, verbal, interview preparation as well. So because we're talking about verbal, so once you're over here, you can see that we have the quizzes for particular topics as well. So you have antonyms, you have tenses and articles, sentence formation, comprehension, error identification, all of the topics that we have currently discussed and are going to discuss in the video ahead. All right, so you have all the topics over here which you can prepare for. All right, so this was the company wise preparation. Now if you want to prepare for only verbal section all over, what can you do? You can come towards our aptitude section, and once you are on the aptitude section, you click on the verbal carousel, and over here you enter into the verbal section. Now over here we have tried to prepare you a complete structure from the basics till the advanced of the verbal, beginning with the most like the easiest topics of grammar up to the difficult topics such as reading comprehension and sentence improvement. So we start off with grammar, you see tenses theory. Now over here we have the theory video, we have practice question videos where we are discussing questions based on the rules that we have learned in the theory. And then we also have the practice question section where you can practice the quizzes over here. All right, so we have theory, practice question videos, and the practice questions as well, and we have a lot of topics over here for you to prepare from. So this is the verbal section that is prepared for you and curated very wholeheartedly by the entire Prep Insta team. All right, so make sure that you check this out and you subscribe to Prep Insta Prime, or better, comment something good so that you can get a free access to Prep Insta Prime. All right, let's get back to our video now, to the questions. Dash worm burrows its way through dash dark earth. All right, so here we're talking about worm burrows its way through dash dark earth. Now what are the key points that we need to understand? Burrows over here is a singular subject, as we can, a singular verb as we can see. Worm over here is a singular subject. All right, now that means we're talking about worms in general. All right, there is no specific worm but worms in general. And whenever we talk about a particular noun in general, we always take the indefinite article, that is a or an. And since w is a consonant, we are going to use a. That is clear. So a worm, any worm. So all of the worms are going to do the same thing. So any worm or a worm burrows its way through dash dark earth. Now here, very important, because we are describing earth and because earth is only one and it is specific, all right, we are going to use the definite article, that is the dark earth. Two rules. First of all, earth is singular, earth is only one, so it's specific, so we use the. And because we are describing earth as dark, so the dark earth. A worm burrows its way through the dark earth. So over here option C becomes the correct answer. I hope you got correct as well. If not, please make sure that you understand the explanation from here. And yes, let's move to the next question now. Dash, she takes care of the details. She often lands with an incomplete design. All right, so we're talking about a person, a subject. She takes care of the details. Even then, the person lands with an incomplete design. So here we're talking about a contrasting situation where a person is preparing properly, is preparing very minutely, but still the person is landing to a difficult situation, landing with an incomplete design. So we need a contrasting conjunction over here because we need to connect the two sentences. Unless she takes care of the details, she often lands. Now, unless is used with a situation where we're talking about a time constraint or an adverse situation, or we're giving a conditional situation. Unless she does this, this will not happen. So conditional situation. But here we are not talking about any conditional situation. So unless is not used. if she takes care of the details. Now again, if over here is very suggestive conjunction. So if you do this, this will happen. Again, conditional sentence. This is not a conditional sentence, so if cannot be used. Yet she takes care of the details. She often lands with an incomplete design. Now, since we want a conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, we cannot use yet, because yet is always due in the center to connect the two sentences. If we did not have the blank in the beginning, it would have been she takes care of the details, yet she often lands. Alright, that could have been a sentence, but because we need it in the beginning, we are going to use although. Although she takes care of the details, she often lands with an incomplete design, which means that even when she is preparing very in details, she lands with an incomplete design. So option A over here becomes a correct answer. Alright, let's move forward. One part of the sentence may contain an error. Identify the part. If there is no error, mark the answer as no error. For the duration that the lecture continues, I had to remain in my seat. No error. Alright, so over here we see that the sentence given to us, the structure of this is in past perfect tense. And how do you know that? Because we have the verb had over here, and anything that has had plus the verb, we know that this is a past perfect form. All right, now when do we use a past perfect form? When there are two actions. So there is one action and then there is a second action. And how do we understand that? The sentence or the part that has the had with it is the first action that happened before the second action. So there are two actions, right? Action 1 and action 2. Action 1 happened way into the past and action 2 happened recently in the past. So had to remain in my seat, that means this is the first action. All right, so had to remain. The second action is the lecture beginning and the lecture continuing. Now, this second action should take simple past tense. According to the sentence, this sentence is taking continuous. That means this is a present tense form, right? And we cannot use a present tense form over here. We have to use past tense, which means it will not be continuous, but it will be continued. All right, for the duration that the lecture continued, I had to remain in my seat. And since the error is in part B of the sentence, we are going to take option B as the correct answer. I hope that is clear. So you understand, right, how easy it is to solve the questions only if you know the rules over here. If you know the rules properly, you can answer all of the questions within a few seconds. All right, and this is true to all of the sections, not just verbal but aptitude, logical, or any such section as well. So yeah, that's it. Let's move to the next question. All right. When another cave is discovered in the south of France, it is not usually new. So we have a reading comprehension over here. Now what you can do is, you can pause the video over here, read the entire reading comprehension if you want to, and then move towards the question. All right, so you can do it right now and then skip to the question. All right, the question over here is, find a word from the passage that carries the meaning of the action or process of becoming impaired or inferior in quality. So we need a word that has the meaning which is stated over here. So let's discuss the words given to us. Destructive, deteriorated, exposed, or damaged. Now what does the word destructive means? Destructive means something that is very harmful, or something that is violent, or something that causes destruction. And destruction means complete damage, complete collapsing. All right, it's not the process, but destructive means harmful. Deteriorated, now deteriorated is the process of reducing the quality of something, where the quality deteriorates, goes to the process of downward slope. Exposed, exposed means something that comes out into the open in front of everyone. So when you're exposed, that means something that is out into the open. And damaged, now damaged is the result of deterioration. When something is continuously deteriorating and reaches to the bottom level or the rock bottom, that is known as damaged. All right, so damage is the result and not the process. The process over here is deteriorated, and this becomes a correct answer, which carries the meaning of the action or process of reducing the quality. So option B over here becomes a correct answer. Let's move forward. Again, we have the same passage over here, but with a separate question. So if you have already read the passage, you can skip this part and move towards the question. And if you have not, pause the video, read the question, read the passage, and then move forward. All right. So we have the question as, why was the discovery of the Lascaux cave complex an amazing event for the world? All right. So the paintings on the wall were easily accessible to explorers because most of the images in this cave have been destroyed by natural light. The cave and its findings were closed soon after reopened within 23 years, or the activities of early human life and animals were painted vividly inside this cave. So we have four reasons of why this cave could be an amazing event, but let's see to the passage once. Let's read through it. So we start off with the Lascaux discovery. The Lascaux cave complex was discovered in 1940. The world was amazed. Why? Painted directly on its walls were hundreds of scenes of how people lived. It showed people hunting, such as wild cats. Other images depicted birds and mostly horses. 300 wall images outnumbering other animals. All right, they achieved a monumental and difficult task. And what was the task? That it was not just easily accessible but carried paintings materials to spaces that required climbing steep walls or crawling into narrow passages. Lastly, to prevent further damage of the site, it was closed in 1963, 23 years after it was discovered. So we have several reasons or several events that took place around Lascaux, but let's look at the question and again try to answer the question as well. The paintings on the wall were easily accessible to explorers. Do you think that that can be the reason for the event being amazing? No, because most of the images in this cave have been destroyed by natural light. Again, that is not an event of amazement, but that is an event of regret or agony. The cave and its findings were closed soon after it was opened. Again, this was not the amazing event. This was done only to take a precaution of it not being damaged any further. The answer is the activities of early human life and animals were painted vividly inside this cave, and that was the amazing event in the discovery of Lascaux, because it was completely vivid. It had paintings in the narrow spaces and vivid paintings of the animals and human and birds, etc. All right, so this is the correct answer for the passage. All right, let's move forward. All right, so a quick reminder, if you're not following us on our social media handles, make sure that you are connected with us on Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, LinkedIn, and Telegram. Why do we ask you that? Because on several places we give you regular drive updates. On Instagram, we have dedicated pages for your passing out year. So if you are from 2019 or 2020 or 23 or 24, even if, then you can follow the pages that are dedicated to your passing out years, and we keep posting updates that suits your pass out year, right? So it is easy for you to not get confused in the drive season and only apply to the companies that are suitable to you. That is the drive update. On Discord, we have a one-on-one mentorship and discussion with the students. If they have any query, they can reach to us on Discord. So we connect personally with the students over there, and it's an amazing experience. So Discord, it is for you. And also make sure that you're subscribing to our YouTube channel and clicking the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we come up with a new video. And because it's a drive season, we regularly come up with new videos and live sessions for you to prepare yourself for the placement session, right? And yeah, so let's move forward and make sure that you are connected with us. Another quick reminder, top 3 commenters on this video are going to get a free access to Prep Insta Prime. So if you have not yet commented, make sure that you comment something, and it can be anything about your queries or questions or experience or anything that can be helpful for us and the fellow students. So make sure that you start commenting, brainstorm something good, and please comment on the video below. All right. Now, because we are providing a free access to Prep Insta Prime, I'm going to again quickly take you to Prep Insta Prime. And if you are new over here, it's important that you know the why we are providing a free access. Now, Prep Insta Prime for you is a one-stop shop. And why one-stop shop? Because it's a Netflix kind subscription, but for upskilling, placement preparation, and so much more. Why do we say that? Because we have 150 plus courses on this particular website along with certification. Why certifications? Because you know that certifications are very important in order to get selected and to write it down on your resume, right? And if you have certifications from Prep Insta, and you have certifications from TCS Ion Remote Internship, and you also have passed through the CoCube's Aeon assessment, your chances of getting hired increases automatically by 20 to 25%. Yes, that is right. And that is why we are providing you with the certifications. And another amazing news, we are providing all of this just for free. You don't have to pay any single buck to get the certifications. It comes along with the subscription as well. And also, let me tell you, we are running on huge offers and huge discounts right now on the subscription price. So make sure that you check us out. Not just that, we also have the interview preparation section, which prepares you for all of the interview sections from HR, GD, guest estimates, also gives you an idea of how to create a proper standard resume, along with interview experiences from the students who have been placed in particular companies. So if you want to have all of that in your hand in just one place, Prep Insta Prime is for you. All right. So if you still don't know how to go through Prep Insta Prime, if you still don't know the navigation, if you still are confused of the subscription, make sure that you watch the trailer that is going to come after this video, which gives you a clarification and specific details about how Prep Insta Prime has been beautifully curated only for your preparation. So that's it. Make sure you watch it till the end. Stay tuned till then. Take care. Thank you.